Hey, welcome back to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your co-host, AD. Let's get right into these stories. So over the weekend, Iggy Azalea and Playboi Carti were two of the biggest trending topics, and things got pretty messy. Playboi Carti dropped his long-awaited album, Whole Lotta Red, and right after, Iggy Azalea called him out on social media for canceling Christmas plans with their son, Onyx. According to Iggy, Carti switched up and decided at the last minute that he wanted to have an album release party and be with his side chick instead. Hours before the album release, Iggy tweeted, "I would never decide to do something of my own free will that meant missing a milestone moment with my son, and if you do, you're trash." After the album dropped, Iggy aired him out on Twitter for the world to see. "Too bad you got an album out but can't even come to Christmas with your own son. Imagine not flying out your family on Christmas, but you have the girl you cheated on my entire pregnancy at your album party, and magically me and my son can't come for Christmas anymore. Trash." This man had a whole family vacation planned 48 hours ago, and I hope this message gets to you, girl. Although you hid in a whole closet from a housekeeper, so it's not like you have any dignity, I guess. Meanwhile, fans began giving their opinion on the two rappers as well as their reaction to Carti's new album. Iggy continued her tirade the next morning, revealing that she gave birth alone, claiming Carti was in Philly playing PS5 with Uzi and refused to give their son his last name or sign his birth certificate, even though she says that the pregnancy and birth were both planned. Going even further, she took to her Instagram story with a flood of texts and audio messages, all aimed at Carti and his side chick, not holding anything back as she exposed Carti further and explained the entire cheating situation, breaking down the whole timeline. She also accused Carti's side chick of being the leak that allowed the media to get wind of her pregnancy before she was ready to make the announcement. And as the weekend came to an end, Iggy went back on Twitter and explained that she had spoken to Carti, and for now, everything is good again. And despite everything that transpired, Carti attempted to show the world that he was a present father, showing photos and videos with his baby boy on Twitter. This one was captioned, "Studio Baby Me," posting a video of Onyx playing the piano on his lap in the lab, followed up with sharing a picture of Onyx writing, "No sleep." As for the album, Playboi Carti is on track to earn his first ever #1 album on the Billboard 200. According to the Hits Daily Double, Whole Lotta Red is projected to open with a total of 125 to 135K album units. Okay, AD, Playboi AD. I guess there's two real things for us to talk about. First, we're going to talk about exactly how this unfolded with Iggy Azalea, and then we're going to talk about the album, at least to the extent that you've been able to consume it so far. So, This guy waits 3 years or so, teasing us with Whole Lotta Red, finally puts the album out, and Iggy Azalea just immediately is on his head on Twitter, going at him on her story, going at him, wilding the fuck out. I'm gonna be honest, she painted a picture of Playboi Carti that makes it sound like he's maybe not the most attentive dad. How do you feel about how this whole part of this saga has played out?
I didn't like it at all, and I watched 30 minutes of it, and she sounds like somebody that is just very hurt in her feelings and stuff like that. And all throughout it, I see she keeps saying, "Yes, I love him. I have a child with him." It's like, if you love somebody, I don't care how bad the situation is, nothing's never gonna come from putting it out for the fans and stuff like that, putting it out into the world, like, you know, disrespecting your baby dad and stuff like that. Some things need to be in private and some things don't need to be on social media. We shouldn't even be talking about this shit right now, but it's already out there.
See,
you know what I mean?
I agree with you to a large percentage. I hate when people feel the need to take the shit that's going on behind closed doors in the relationship and air it out on Front Street. But in her defense, throughout the history of this relationship, it feels like she has really sort of had like tape over her mouth, metaphorically speaking. Like, she has just not really been allowed to talk or say the shit that she wants to say. Even when you're listening to her talking about him telling her that she was not allowed to reveal the pregnancy because his album was coming out. Like, that really kind of puts it into perspective, the extent to which I think she was very much told by him in the relationship that he did not want her sort of airing out any part of their public behavior and stuff. And so I think that when you see something like this, I feel like, as much as Iggy is not the most sympathetic character in all this, I feel like I was really watching a woman on that live stream who was so frustrated and so just incapable of thinking of anything that she could do. Like, she really felt like she had been pushed to the edge, and that this was really the only way that she had to make a statement to the public, was to sort of reveal how fucked up his behavior was in terms of this alleged vacation that was supposed to happen that he instead did this album release party for.
But that's too much information. Like, Where do you gain from disrespecting your baby's father in any type of context?
But she felt like she had been so disrespected that was her only choice.
Talk to a therapist or a family or something. Don't tell millions and millions of fucking people and stuff like that. And then two, and this is where I get mad at women, right? If you do all that and still fuck with the nigga after that, then everything that you just said was invalid. It don't make no sense. If you sit there and say, AD, you're this, you're that, and then you give me the yams next week and we back, you know what I'm saying, on good terms, it doesn't make any sense. I don't fuck with that. I don't feel that's too personal. She gave out too much personal. Now, if you got a problem with the female, have a problem with the female, but don't put, because your son is the one that's gonna look at this later on and say, what the hell were my parents going through and shit like that? It's not a fucking good look at all.
Here's my question. If you were dating a girl and she did this to you, where you had like the biggest moment of your career coming up, and then she instead chose to sort of hijack that moment for you and instead air out all this personal shit about family and everything like that, would you be able to ever accept her as your girlfriend or your wifey or whatever ever again, or was that over the line?
I think it's over the line. It's a little bit selfish too. You know what I mean? Because guess what? Your baby father's well-being is also benefiting your kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you paying his dad to be bad. Some people may say, I'm not gonna fuck with him no more. He loses sales, he loses money, and that's also the inability to take care of his kid.
I think the funniest thing about it though is that Playboi Carti's fans are probably like 99.9% the types of people that really don't give two fucks if he was cheating or if he's a bad dad. Like, I don't think that anybody's really like listening to Playboi Carti for like fatherly advice or like, you know, relationship advice, how to be a good boyfriend. I don't think that's what most people are really getting from him. So that's what I did find kind of amusing about her airing him out, is like, I don't think this is gonna work.
No.
I
think it may have boosted the sales.
I hear you. So we're probably gonna talk about this a lot more tomorrow on the No Jumper show with House Phone, but from listening to the album, how did you feel about it?
I only heard like 3 or 4 songs so far. I like the Kanye joint. Yeah, I like the Kanye joint. Josh was just playing me something right now. My little brother, he's a stan, so he fucks with it. I have to listen to it. I'm gonna listen to it today so I can get my like honest opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I feel about it, because there are definitely some songs, including like the first song, that I thought were so bad that I was like actually laughing at the speaker as it was coming out of the speaker, laughing at the idea that he thinks that this shit is hot. So there's definitely songs like that for me, and then there's other songs that I thought sounded pretty good, but the whole thing that kind of fucks me up about it is that it sounds so suited for the party, for the club, for like, you know, it sounds like something that I can imagine it taking on a completely different life in a live environment. And a lot of these songs just don't seem like the kind of songs that are really meant to be listened to by yourself on Christmas Eve, sober, sitting there listening to it on your fucking phone or whatever. I just like, a lot of it, I think we're gonna see in the long run how some of this stuff performs in the clubs and shit like that.
If we ever have a club again. Thank you, COVID.
Again,
yeah, but a lot of people have been telling me that it's been growing on them, you know. So I'm going to get my honest opinion of it. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to give it the car test, maybe the AirPod test.
So make sure you tune in to the No Jumper Show Tuesday, 6 p.m. As you're watching this, 6 p.m. on YouTube. You can watch us discuss this live.
Yes.
YouTube, please do us a favor, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back real soon. Appreciate y'all.